So, what is skin? Now, skin has been termed as jack of all trades. So, basically, there are a lot of work which skin is supposed to do, like what are the functions? So, you are already aware the main function which skin is actually giving is the protection. Okay, so we'll be starting with skin. So, skin is the first of all, this one. The skin is the largest organ of our body. It accounts for 50% of an adult human's total body weight. Okay, so it's an impermeable barrier. मतलब it cannot pass through इतना easily, like the big things cannot come out of the skin. Okay, the skin is the outermost covering, and there are many structures and glands derived from the skin. So majorly we are going to discuss about the functions of the skin. The first one you always remember, that is protection. Okay, if you forget anything, at least you can think of protection. The we'll study more in detail. Second is the sensation. Okay, the skin is serving as a sense organ. Okay, so skin serves as a sense organ for touch, pain, pressure, heat. Okay, third one is the temperature regulation. Now it can prevent loss of heat in cold weather, and it can facilitate loss of heat in hot weather. So दोनों काम कर सकता है. So in cold weather, it will try to restrict the heat, and in hot weather, it will not. It will try to release the heat. Then storage of food. So skin serves reserve food in the form of layer of fat. Okay. Then excretion. This is a very important for temperature regulation. So excretion matlab how do you excrete? Through sweating of water, salts, and to a very limited extent urea. So this is also one of the very important way of excretion. Okay, other than the excretory system, that is kidney. Okay, since sweating. Okay, I sorry, I don't know where I went. Just 1 second. Okay, since sweating from the skin occurs mainly for temperature, we cannot really consider the skin as an excretory organ. Okay, for temperature, I already told you, skin is excreting only for temperature regulation to maintain your body temperature. Then it can also be, it is also doing the thing for synthesis of vitamin D. Synthesis का मतलब क्या होता है? It is creating vitamin D from the sun, which is essential for your body. But ये prove नहीं हुआ है. So it is not, this mechanism is not yet fully understood. Okay. So sometimes too much exposure will, what will happen? It will have tanning effect. Okay. Or you can have skin cancer. Then grip. Okay, so if you have a prolonged exposure to water, the skin of your fingertips wrinkles or puckers up. Okay, now these type of puckered skin, it will give you a better grip in slippery and wet environments. Okay, so if you have your puckered toes, so normally you will not get, मतलब तुम slip नहीं होगे, it will hold on to the surface. Okay, so let's have more description in protection. So क्या क्या protection दे सकता है? First of all, mechanical shocks. It can protect you from mechanical shocks. Second thing, it holds the body fluids inside and prevent the excessive loss of water by evaporation. You already understood that it's an impermeable barrier. Okay, so not lot of, like loss of water evaporation में ज़्यादा चला जाएगा, so it can hold on. Okay, now it doesn't allow any germs to enter your body. Okay, if you don't have a cut, then it will not enter. Then also it is protecting the body against the excess UV light, which is also very harmful for your organs. So there are 4 types of protection, or 4 levels of protection it is providing. Okay, any doubt in this case? You can,
No, ma'am.
okay, exam में आपको पूछेंगे, so you don't have to mention so much. You can write any 2 points. आप temperature regulation लिखो, protection लिख लो, that's it. You don't have to write so many things. But yes, they can ask you, give reason from excretion and why, like skin कैसे excretion का काम करता है, for what purpose it is doing the excretion. So you can write the answer as temperature regulation. Okay. देखो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन है, लिस्ट द 4 ways in which skin serves as a protective layer, है ना. Now, structure of the skin, there are proper skin, मतलब the skin actually, the actual skin. It is divided into two parts or two things. One is the outer epidermis and the second one is the dermis. Now, epidermis will be on the upper type and the dermis will be the inside, which will be there along with blood vessels. मतलब जैसे देखो ना, कट होता है तो खून निकलता है. Okay. So basically dermis will be having blood vessel and also it will be having nerves attached to it. Now derivatives of the skin, skin से ही जो जो और चीजें निकली हुई है, like hair, you will be seeing hair. Okay, then there is nail. Okay, or like toes में, fingers में you have, then there is a mammary gland. Okay, then there is a sweat gland, sebaceous gland, like you will see lot of oil comes out from your skin. Okay, after sweat. So we'll be studying about the derivatives of the skin. मतलब skin के what do you say, Arnav? Extension of the skin.
Yes, yes.
Extension मतलब skin के और extend किया तो skin से और क्या क्या निकल सकता है, that way. Okay. Now skin proper, outer epidermis. Sorry, again it is going ahead. I don't know why, what is happening. Okay, the epidermis, mark kar lo. Okay, so it is the outer thinner part, okay, of the skin. It is formed of a stratified epithelium. Okay, stratified epithelium piled up layer by layer. At places, the epidermis becomes thick and hard, as on the palms, soles, and especially on the heels. Okay, you will be seeing that epidermis. So, in some places, like on your palm or on your toes or on your heel, you will be saying that those stratified epithelium, it appears to be, or it has become thick and hard. Okay, so what happens? The stratified epithelium, it is devoid of blood vessels. तो थोड़ी देर बाद क्या होगा? It becomes dead. Okay, so how let's see. So epidermis itself is divided into 3 regions. Okay, first one is the outermost cornified layer. Okay, second one is the middle granular layer, and the third one is the main thing, which is inner malphigian layer. Okay, if you remember, आपने कभी सुना है क्या कि बहुत सारे लोगों के पैर में कॉर्न्स आए हुए, कॉर्न्स. ओके, थिक कॉर्न्स हो जाते हैं. Did you ever hear that?
Yes.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
ओके, कॉर्न्स मतलब बेसिकली आपके पैर में ना ऐसे लाइक हार्ड स्किन्स आ जाते हैं एंड दुखते भी है, बिकॉज लाइक लाइक एक जगह पे डिप्रेशन आके. सो जस्ट रीड अबाउट कॉर्न्स कभी तो. ओके, जस्ट वन, उसको कॉर्निफाइड लेयर, लेट मी चेक इफ आई हैव एनीथिंग. जस्ट वन सेकेंड. Okay, just I'll show you. Okay, can you see this? Seed corns. ये दिख रहा है आपको?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so basically it is all, यहाँ पे दिख रहा है corns होते हैं. So if you keep it, बहुत सारे लोगों को, so corns from toes and foot, but it's sometimes it is very painful, sometimes it's just a dead cell. तो इसको लोग ना काट के फेंक भी देते हैं, and sometimes very painful, यहाँ पे ऐसे सूज जाता है and all. You need to really, so these are cons. Okay, so why I'm telling you this, because I just want to give you the example कि what happens from that outermost cornified layer. Okay, so cornified layer, that is the stratum corneum, it is the outermost layer. It consists of several piled up layers of flattened dead cells. अभी आपको समझा? It is dead cells. Okay, these cells are made up of fibrous structural protein called keratin. Okay, so थोड़ा सा hard होता है. So normally keratin is found where? Nails, hairs, horns, hooves and silk. Horns पता है ना, वो animals के horns. Hooves, I think you know. What is hooves? What is hooves? हॉर्स का होता है ना, जो हॉर्स के नीचे की तरफ होता है, टोस में, टोस बोल रही हूँ, उनके फीट पे जो होता है, दैट्स कॉल्ड हूव्स. Okay, so its cells are continually worn away or shed, and they are replaced from beneath by those arising from deeper malpighian layer. Okay, fine. समझा क्या आपको?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Arnav, you're not able to hear?
Ma'am, the
Okay.
voice was cracking
Okay, okay.
a lot to you. And because of some problem, I got.
Oh, okay, okay. No, so I was just saying about cornified layer. So cornified layer, it is made up of flattened dead cells. Okay. So if you don't keep your cornified layer, so basically the outermost part of the skin, so it will get collected. Lot of flattened cells will get connected and it will form corns. And those are very hard structure. Sometimes it is very painful. Sometimes it is it doesn't matter, but you need to keep it free out of it. तो मैंने आपको example दिखाया कि cons क्या होते हैं. So I just showed you what are cons. Okay, so these are the cons. Okay, okay. Yes, Arnav. Fine. Now the cornified layer is
Yes,
tough.
ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the cornified layer is tough and it offers resistance. मतलब वो थोड़ा सा अंदर घुसने नहीं दे. It offers resistance to three things. Mechanical damage, मतलब जल्दी ना harm नहीं होगा, मतलब जल्दी cut नहीं आएगा. Then bacterial infection. Okay, so if you keep it very clean and all na, it will not have any bacterial infection. Okay, I'm talking about the outermost part. Outermost part. Loss of water by evaporation. Now it has become very thick, तो क्या होगा, अंदर से पानी नहीं निकलेगा. So evaporation will be less, so that it can maintain your heat. So if you notice your palm and your your feet, the down part of your feet, what will, it will be always thick. थोड़ा सा thick रहना चाहिए, because evaporation फिर कम होगा, नहीं तो फिर आपका body से heat निकल जाएगा. Okay, so if you see anyone's feet which is very hard, मतलब नीचे की तरफ से ना बहुत ही hard है, और तो समझ जाने का उसका body heat बहुत, मतलब the person is maintaining heat a lot, मतलब basically उसका शरीर बहुत गर्म है. Okay, because it is not going out of the system, and that is also not good. Okay, the second layer is the granular layer, which is a thin middle layer. It is consist of two or three sub layers of flattened cells. Okay, granular layer से ही वो corn layer बनता है. So जो corn layer तो निकल जाएगा, then the next layer which is going to come up as a corn layer, that will be the granular layer. Okay, the malpighian layer is the germinative layer. Okay, now this is actually producing new cells, मतलब ये ना नया नया cells बना रहा है. Therefore it is called germinative layer. Okay, which press and shift outward to replace the worn out cells of the outermost. Okay, तो अभी ये जो अभी इतने सारे dead cells होंगे, so there you need some worn out, like you need to replace it. So who will be providing those layers? Malpighian layer is going to provide. Okay, समझा आपको? Let's see the diagram. Okay, can you see the diagram? The first part दिख रहा है आपको epidermis. The epidermis ऊपर का part दिख रहा है आपको stratum corneum. Then there is granular layer, पतला सा layer दिख रहा है आपको. And then there is a stratum malpighi. Okay, now if you see dermis, okay, if you see dermis, now dermis is having blood capillaries, free ending, nerve ending. आपको दिख रहा है क्या? If you see, the nerve ending is actually crossing, मतलब it is entering the epidermis. तो आपने देखा होगा ना, मैंने आपको बोला ना, sometimes the corn becomes very painful. Okay, it becomes very painful. तो nerve cells are there. मतलब तुम ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते that everything is dead. You will still come across the nerves. Okay, so it can be painful. Okay, coloration of the skin, it is due to the pigment melanin. Okay, contained in the cells of malpighian layer. Okay, so where is this melanin? It is inside the, यहाँ पे ही रहेगा. हाँ, दिख नहीं रहा है. Can you see it? It is there in the malpighian layer only. मतलब वो epidermis की में ही होता है. Okay, now different quantities of this pigment in different human races lead to from very light brown to dark coloration of the skin. Now African Negroes have genetically dark colored skin, and Europeans light colored whitish, and most Indians have an intermediate colored. Sorry, yeah, I only got disconnected suddenly. Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so in fair colored people, continued exposure to sunlight, the face or other parts of the body may get tanned, but it can revert back to the original condition when the exposure is cut down. Okay, now let's study about the, okay, now the, hello,
मुझे आपका मेलानिन के बाद कुछ सुनाई नहीं दिया.
okay. No, I just said that melanin is there inside the inner malpighian layer. Okay, and it is leading to colors like African Negro has genetically dark color because of that melanin. And melanin किधर होता है? Malpighian layer पे होता है. Okay, so African have dark colored skin because of that melanin. So it is having like ज़्यादा melanin होता है उनमें. And Europeans, they have whitish, and Indians have whitish. Okay, now,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, the skin pigment, they act as like an umbrella to protect inner parts of the body from the harmful effects of the UV rays. So skin is skin pigment. So basically, इसका मतलब क्या है? Are you understanding? So if you have a whitish skin, okay, like whitish होगा आपके पास. So it can lead to more cancer. मतलब यदि ज्यादा मेलानिन होना तो UV लाइट घुसेगा ही नहीं अंदर. So basically, if you see Negroes, African Negroes, they don't have cancer. Skin cancers उनको होते नहीं है. Okay, because that melanin is obstructing the harmful effects of UV rays, which is causing skin cancer. So it is good to have darker pigment than the whitish pigment. Okay, now there are some disease, you can say leukoderma, also called as vitiligo. Okay, so from the some parts of your body, okay, melanin is lost. Did you ever see such people? Vitiligo जिसको है, मतलब जिनके स्किन थोड़े से, so this is like, एक मिनट, I'll just show you. Can you see this? Can you see
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
So this is the disease. Okay, so it's from the some parts of your skin. Okay, this is lost. Melanin is lost. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Exact cause of the disease is not yet known. Seriously, nahi pata actually. So lot of people, they say that it is because of some spiritual reason. Okay. So, but I'm not aware of much like kya hai reason. Okay, now second thing is complete loss of pigmentation of the skin all over the body, including hair, eyebrows, eyelashes, and even the iris. The skin of affected individual appears pinkish because of the underlying blood capillaries. Albinism is a recessive trait caused due to inheritance. An albino couple would produce all albino children. Okay, I'll just show you that also. Albinism क्या है? Okay, can you see? Hello?
Yes,
See,
yes, ma'am.
see, you can see, na, they don't have eyebrow. Like basically melanin भी नहीं होता है, so it is like बोलते हैं ना white ghost, वैसे होते हैं वो. मुझे नहीं पता वो. I hope you are understanding what is albinism. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
okay.
Yes.
So they can ask you, this is an inherited disease, हाँ? ये inheritance से आता है. मतलब सोचो, if your father mother is having albinism, then this trait can come to you. It's a genetic disorder. ये question आ सकता है exam में. Okay, so it's a recessive trait caused due to inheritance. Fine.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, dermis. Now this is the main thing. Okay, from where all the nerve endings and blood vessels, capillaries, they can start from it. Now dermis is the inner thicker layer of connective tissue made up of elastic fibers. Okay, it is tough and flexible. Okay, at certain places the dermis in our skin is very thick, as on the palms and sole, and it is very thin at other places, as in the eyelids. Okay, dermis में होता क्या है? It contains blood vessels, nerve fibers, sensory organs. Okay, like all the sensation to the skin जो होता है, that is provided by the dermis only. The hair follicles, they begin from dermis. Then there is sweat gland. Okay, so the leather obtained from the hides of animal. Hides क्या होता है? What is the hides? उनका जो
Skin.
skin. Yes, उन animals के skin को hides बोलते हैं. So whatever leather you get it from the skin, actually it is a dermis part, not the epidermis. Epidermis को निकाल के फेंक देते हैं. Okay, and leather is being taken from the dermis part of animal skin.
And
Okay,
then what is the use of the epidermis in the animals?
हाँ क्या बोल रहे हो?
Then what is the use of the epidermis of the animal?
See, epidermis is the main thing which is actually providing the protection. समझा? उसका जो pose होता है, if you see the diagram. ये देख diagram देख. If you see the sweat pore is from the, यहाँ पे दिख रहा है ये sweat pore है. The follicle is coming out. So epidermis is giving you some holes. Okay, यहाँ पे sweat pores खुल रहा है. So it is the outermost layer which is actually providing the, like, prevention, entry point बोल रही हूँ.
Protection.
Yeah, and exit point also. Sweat भी निकलता है ना उसकी तरफ से. Okay, can I ask you something?
Yes.
The outer region, यहाँ पे देखते हैं. The outer region मतलब the मतलब inside नहीं, outer मतलब थोड़ा सा epidermis की तरफ. Okay, the outer region of the dermis, which lies next to the epidermis, is raised into numerous small processes called papillae. अब यहाँ पे दिख तो नहीं रहा है. I don't know whether you are able to see it. Papillae यहाँ पे, which contain blood capillaries and nerve endings. Let me check if I have.
Red color.
हाँ, रेड कलर का है. यहाँ पे देखते हैं, यहाँ पे है क्या पैपिले?
वो
एक्चुअली ये
नेक्स्ट
दिख रहा,
डायग्राम में
ये वाला पार्ट ब्लड कैपिलरीज
वो
होते हैं.
13.2 डायग्राम में है.
हाँ, लेकिन दिख नहीं रहा है. कैन यू सी इट क्या?
और वो रेड वाला वो ब्लड वेसल है ना, वो
एक मिनट. हाँ,
वो दिखा.
ओके, दिस इज द पैपिले. यहाँ पे कुछ तो दिख रहा है.
मैं ब्लड वेसल पे
हाँ
वो
हाँ
ब्लड वेसल पैपिलर दिख रहा है.
हाँ, यस यस. Okay, now the nerve endings and sense organs here are concerned with sensations of touch and pain. So because of those papillae, you are able to feel the touch or pain. मतलब आपको किसी ने आपके कोई तो बाल को ऐसे खींचा, आपके स्किन के बाल को, so you will be experiencing some pain because of those processes called papillae. Okay, the sharp sense of touch in the skin of fingertips enables the blind to read the braille characters. Okay, मतलब आपके जो फिंगर टिप्स में जो
ब्रेल कैरेक्टर.
ब्रेल मीन्स जो ब्लाइंड पढ़ते हैं ना, ब्लाइंड स्क्रिप्ट, लाइक फॉर ब्लाइंड पीपल देयर इज अ स्क्रिप्ट.
यस.
ओके, थोड़ा सा रे रहता है. सो यू
मैम वो
हैव दिस.
से वो रीड करते हैं.
हाँ, क्या बोल रहे हो?
मतलब वो हाथ लगा कर रीड करते हैं ना?
yes yes yes, so it is very मतलब sharp sense होता है. Okay, now there are some more sense receptors in the deeper part, मतलब एकदम थोड़ा अंदर की तरफ होता है, which are concerned with the sensation of pressure, pain, heat and cold. Okay, मतलब थोड़ा अंदर की तरफ होता है. The layer beneath the dermis, अभी dermis के नीचे दिख रहा है आपको येलो येलो. Okay,
Yes.
that is the adipose tissue. This subcutaneous part not only serve as a food reserve, but it is also as a heat insulating layer as well as shock absorber. समझा क्या? मतलब तो if you ask me, जो थोड़ा सा मोटा होता है, strength में होता है, if you see like WWF में या any other games, you know, those people are having huge body. So it
Yes, ma'am.
okay, तो यहाँ से वहाँ धक्का मारे, still you know they are able to absorb, they are not feeling so much pain. But if a person is very thin, okay, उसको थोड़ा सा भी लगेगा तो उसको बहुत जोर से लगता है, मतलब it can really hit the bone hit हो सकता है. But people who have lot of fat, okay, उनको नहीं लगता इतना ये, they can absorb the shock. Okay, any doubts till now?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay, चलो let's read about derivatives of the skin. Derivatives का मतलब होता है the extension of the skin. Skin और क्या क्या provide करते हैं, skin के अंदर और क्या क्या होता है, you can say that way also. So what are those things? First of all is hair, nails, sebaceous glands, sweat glands and mammary glands. These are very important. Okay, okay, now these diseases, वो जो skin disease पढ़ा ना, one is due to the abnormal condition, one is due to inheritance. ये दोनों बहुत important है.
Yes.
Okay, just mark it. Okay, hair के parts पढ़ते हैं. Now hair is consisting of 3 parts. उन्होंने hair का diagram नहीं दिया क्या?
नहीं मैम.
Okay,
मैम वो 13.2 में बस वो हेयर शाफ्ट और वो.
हाँ थोड़ा सा दिखाया हुआ है. Yes yes, yes right. Okay, so hair shaft मतलब जो बाहर की तरफ है. Okay, so hair shaft is the part which is projecting from the skin and it may extend slightly below the surface of the epidermis. Okay, in normal situation they lie obliquely on the skin. Hair root is the part embedded within the dermis. Yes, diagrams are there. ये देखो यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आपको, root दिख रहा है. You know what is the hair follicle? Hair shaft is something which is the outside part. Okay, hair bulb
मैम
दिख रहा है
हेयर
आपको.
बल्ब.
Hair,
यस मैम.
okay, hair follicle means उसका जो outer covering है ना, जहां से वो
यस मैम.
बाल निकल रहा है, that is the hair follicle. So basically the
हेयर पैपिला.
yes, hair papilla
तो
तो
वो क्या
यहाँ
है?
ही, वो नीचे की तरफ है, देखते ना, पढ़ते हो. Okay, so कितने parts है? Hair root. Hair root is the part which is embedded within the dermis. The lowest part of the hair root is expanded to form bulb. आपको दिख रहा है ना bulb की तरह, which is containing the projection of dermis and called hair papilla. So basically, हाँ, so hair papilla it is projection of the dermis with capillary blood supply. So hair papilla में ना there is blood supply. ये दिख रहा है कि यहाँ पे blood के थोड़े से extensions है.
यस मैम.
Bulb is the outermost covering and bulb के अंदर if you can see there is a network and that network is the hair papilla. Okay, which is consisting of the blood vessels. यहाँ पे दिख रहा है क्या कुछ? हाँ ये देखो ना hair follicle, थोड़ा सा लिखा हुआ है, ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है इसमें, थोड़ा सा दिया हुआ है. ओके, तो क्या पढ़ना
Yes,
है?
ma'am.
हेयर शाफ्ट क्या होता है? That is projecting out from the skin. Okay, then the hair root, where it is within the dermis. Then the lowest part of the hair root is expanded to form hair bulb. और bulb के अंदर क्या है? there is a projection of the dermis which is consisting of the blood capillaries, that is called hair papilla.
Hair papilla.
समझा?
Yes, ma'am.
हेयर रूट के अंदर हेयर बल्ब के अंदर projection of dermis which is consisting of blood supply, blood
Hair
capillaries,
papilla.
that is called hair papilla. Okay, follicle क्या होता है? It is a structure which is enclosing the hair root. मतलब बेसिकली एक आउटर कवरिंग है जहाँ पे वहां पे हेयर रूट इज देयर. ओके, सो इट इज जस्ट अ एनक्लोज्ड पार्ट. तो हेयर फॉलिकल कैसा बनाया रहता है? इट इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ एन एपिथेलियल एंड अ कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. द हेयर बल्ब एंड द हेयर फॉलिकल together are responsible for the growth and elongation of the hair. Okay, the growth of hair occurs by addition of cells at the base or which soon die. Okay, you
Yes,
know
ma'am.
there are some treatment, लेजर ट्रीटमेंट्स होते हैं. वो क्या करते हैं मालूम है? इफ यू डोंट वांट हेयर परमानेंटली, तुमको नहीं चाहिए हेयर ऑन योर स्किन, तो देयर इज सम लेजर ट्रीटमेंट हैपेंस. वो क्या करता है? ये हेयर फॉलिकल को ही मार देता है. तो बेसिकली व्हेन यू जस्ट कम अक्रॉस दोज लेजर सर्जरीज, ओके, तो क्या होता है? हेयर फॉलिकल डिसरप्ट हो जाता है एंड देन यू विल नॉट गेट एनी हेयर. That's why did I tell you this? Because I wanted to talk about the growth of hair. Okay, fine. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
hair follicles, they contain pigment cells that produce melanin. Okay, so if you see, there are some people जिनके hair के जो colors होते हैं, that is not black. कभी कभी वो थोड़ा brownish होता है, goldenish होता है. Okay, so hair follicle, they contain pigment cells that is.
फिर white कैसे हो जाते हैं?
हाँ, तो वही तो पढ़ा रहे हैं ना, रुको. द कलर ऑफ हेयर इज ड्यू टू वेरिंग क्वांटिटीज ऑफ मेलानिन. ओके, जब मेलानिन प्रोडक्शन बंद हो जाता है, सोचो हेयर के अंदर है ना, अब मेलानिन नहीं होता है तो वो व्हाइट हो जाता है. so when melanin production decreases, the hair becomes gray, okay, and silvery or even completely white. अब समझा? जब मेलानिन प्रोडक्शन बंद हो जाता है, then the hair becomes white. okay, now this is very important. ये आता है एग्जाम में. everyone has sometimes experienced goose flesh और goose bumps बोलते हैं, याद है? okay, during winter or during some emotion. okay, तो वो जो बोलते हैं ना, that process or that effect, that is called piloerection. okay, the hair is lifted, एकदम straight खड़ा हो जाता है. now what happens? the surface of the skin, they present a somewhat contraction and wrinkled experience. okay, तो स्किन क्या करता है? स्किन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है. नॉर्मली इट इज इन रिलैक्स्ड पोजीशन, बट ये क्या करता है? रिंकल्ड हो जाता है. एंड दिस इज कॉज्ड बाय द इरेक्टर मसल of the hair which runs obliquely between hair follicle and outer part of the dermis. okay, एक मिनट देखते हैं इरेक्टर सेल्स किधर है. कैन यू सी इरेक्टर सेल? वो जो रेड वाला पैच दिख रहा है, बड़ा वाला, इफ यू सी इट इज ऑब्लिकली, ये ऑब्लिक है यहाँ पे. कैन यू सी दैट इट इज ऑब्लिक?
Yes, ma'am.
तो वो ना कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है तो वो स्ट्रेट कर देता है. तो हेयर्स कैसा हो जाता है? इट बिकम्स वेरी स्ट्रेट. So this is caused by the erector called erector muscle of the hair which runs obliquely between the hair follicle and outer part of the dermis. The contraction of this muscle, सोचो वो मसल है ना, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया मतलब उसने खींच लिया अपने आप को. ओके, तो क्या करेगा? it makes or it pulls the hair to a vertical position. ओके, और आपका एपिडर्मिस है ना, ऊपर का जो स्किन है ना, वो थोड़ा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा, वो अंदर की तरफ खींचेगा एंड द हेयर फॉलिकल विल बिकम स्ट्रेट. okay, so hair in human beings are continuously lost. okay, duration of scalp hair is 2 to 5 years and eyebrows and eyelashes is 3 to 5 months. okay, the hair from different parts of the body, head, chest, armpit, beard, nose, etc., they show subtle differences. okay, so these are helpful in forensic crime detection investigation. okay, थोड़े से हेयर में डिफरेंस होता है based on the parts where they are growing. okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is, so now hair is also providing sensation of touch because nerve fibers extend up to their bases. यदि तुमने hairs के ऊपर तुमने हाथ ऐसा फहराया, you okay only hairs के ऊपर, I'm not saying that you touch your skin. सिर्फ hair के ऊपर भी तुमने, किसी ने तुम्हारे hair के ऊपर भी हाथ फहराया, like सर के ऊपर बाल को थोड़ा सा हाथ ऐसे टच किया, you will be feeling it, you will be feeling a sensation. Do you agree with this?
यस मैम, बहुत थोड़ा होता है.
हाँ लेकिन होता है. Okay, there are hairs along the edges of the eyelids. Okay, eyelashes बोलते हैं. They help to prevent the entry of foreign particles. Then there are certain hairs in the nose. It is also preventing what? Dust particles. Then facial hairs in human males and like mustaches and beard, they help in distinguishing, okay, female male and female, ये होता है. Okay, now what are nails? ये nails करके थोड़ा सा ये करके we'll stop it. Okay, now what are nails? They are hardened keratinous plate like structure which grow as dead cells from the nail root which lies below the skin at the base. जो ऊपर की तरफ होता है ना, those are dead. हाँ, जो आपका nail होता है ना, those are dead cells. Okay, fine. Can we join again?
Yes, ma'am.